2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sports Gambling Daily. And I got a special guest here. I got the MMA fortune teller. What's up, teller?
What's up, guys? Yeah, man, I'm the teller. So I'm sure some of you guys have heard of me before. Maybe a lot of you guys haven't. But yeah, man, it's my first time doing a live video here on YouTube, and I'm excited for it.
I'm excited, too. Now, this guy's the real deal when it comes to MMA and comes to MMA betting. So you definitely want to listen to this guy. He's got all the knowledge that you're looking for. Now, you can find his plays on Capper Tech, and he's the #1. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but he's the #1 MMA capper this past year. I mean, that's pretty solid, man, my man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yes, I hold that to be true. I mean, as far as if you look back over the last 30 days, maybe I'm not ranked #1 over the last 30 days, but if you hit that 60-day or 90-day or later, or if you want to really take, the real substance and look over the last year, I'm going to be up there at #1. So, I take that very highly, and I'm proud of that.
That's awesome. So this guy's got the sweet, sweet information that you're looking for. All right, Teller, tell them where they can find you on social media.
On social media, I'm mainly on Instagram. You can catch me at MMA fortune teller _. And, I have the Twitter account too, which is the teller, the MMA teller. But
Okay.
to be honest with you guys, I really don't go on Twitter that much as of now. So probably wouldn't even, waste your time following me on there. I mean, if you want to, you could, but there's not going to be too much content coming out there. So make sure you check Instagram, though. Instagram, I'm on there daily. I'm willing to conversate with you guys, talk about fights. I love interacting with all you guys. So make sure you guys check me out on Instagram at the MMA fortune teller _.
All right. So, hey, let's jump into the card coming up for this the Jones versus Santos fight. And we're going to, we talked before we started the show, and we both talked, and there's not a lot of value going on in the preliminary cards. If you want to touch on that real quick, I mean, it just seems like there's just a lot of heavy favorites.
Yeah, that's definitely true. A lot of heavy favorites. We got Edmund Shabazian. He's a -570, taking on Jack Marshman. I believe he gets the job done, but, the line is very high, compared to where it should be. But, I'm high in the kid, don't get me wrong. Very talented young kid. Pretty much throughout all the prelims. Chito Vera, he's at a -400, and the guy that he's taking on, Nolan Hernandez, he's taking the fight on short notice. And I'm really not that impressed with him, and I don't think he's on the level. But, it's up to you guys. It's a -400. Is that value really there? I'm not exactly sure. I think the main card is where it's really at.
Yeah, so guys, definitely be careful. Don't just throw a bunch of money on these, heavy favorites that you might just have to lay so much money to get so little profit. You don't want to be that guy and then get hit hard there. But hey, let's go over here to the main card, Teller. We're going to start off the first one. We got a welterweight matchup. Thiago Sanchez, the nightmare. I love this guy. I remember him in the Ultimate Fighter season 1 kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, he was one of my favorite fighters. And then he's 29-11. He's been around the block. He's 37 years old versus Michael Chiesa.
Yep.
15-4. He's 31, so he's a little younger, but he's also much taller than Diego. Where do you see this thing going?
This is a very interesting fight because, let's just get to the narrative right away. Michael Chiesa, he's a submission artist. That's what he does. He has great jiu-jitsu. He's a scrappy guy. He's going to get in there. He's going to try to get the fight to the mat. His striking is getting better, slowly but surely, but really what he wants to do is make it dirty, and he wants to grapple with you and try to get that submission. Here's the thing. Diego Sanchez has never been submitted in the UFC. So
that's impressive.
Yeah.
And he's got 40 fights under his belt and never been submitted.
Yeah. It's a very big accolade. And matter of fact, I believe he's getting inducted to the Hall of Fame this weekend. So it's a big weekend for him,
Yeah, that's good. So one of the things about Diego Sanchez that I remember is he's trying to get in the ground and pound you into submission. Is he still that type of fighter, or is he more of a finesse fighter now? Now that he's getting older.
No, I would actually agree with what you said. Firstly, he's definitely still that type of fighter. I've been watching a lot of interviews with him, and I think he's going to be even more like that fighter more than recently because He actually left Team Jackson Winklejohn. He has a new trainer, and part of the reason why he said that he left the old camp over at Jackson's was they were trying to make him that type of finesse type fighter. And he needs to, he shouldn't be getting trained like that, because really the type of fighter he is, he's the type of fighter that he wants to get in, get up close, throw uppercuts, dirty box you, get the fight to the mat, ground and pound you, as you stated. And I think that's what he's going to be looking to do in this fight.
All right, perfect. All right, let's move on. Well, let me just first say that in this matchup, you got Michael Chiesa at -365, Thiago Sanchez +275. All right, so let's move on to the next matchup here. All right, you got Luke Rockhold versus Jan. I mean, what do you think? You got, both of them are 6'2". It's a light heavyweight matchup. The reach is pretty much the same. Is one person, do you see it going one way or another? Luke Rockhold is 16-4.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Here's the thing with this fight. Going into it, a lot of people that were on Jan's side were trying to go with the whole thing that Jan Blachowicz is the real natural light heavyweight fighter. And Luke Rockhold's moving up, from 185 to his first fight at light heavyweight at 205. Here's the thing, though. I saw the weigh-ins and the pre-fight stare-downs yesterday. Luke Rockhold seems to me to be the bigger fighter. And he always had a very big frame. He was very lanky. And now that he filled in, it's actually funny at the pre-post-fight conference stare-downs, he looked at Jan Blachowicz and he looked at his feet and he said he got small feet. And I find that funny because I think that's a narrative of the fight. I think that Jan is really not naturally bigger than Luke. I think Luke's on fight night, Luke will be the bigger fighter inside the octagon.
Wow.
So.
All right, yeah, and you got Jan at +190, Luke Rockhold at -240.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and just to touch on that a little bit more too. If there's any question marks with Luke, it has to be his chin. I mean, he's been put on unconscious a few times now. He's a very athletic, very skilled fighter. But if Blachowicz is able to get in there and land a shot, I think he could definitely put Luke's lights out. And, if they're getting him at +205 or whatnot, there might be a value play there. A lot of money's came in on Luke as of recently, and I think it's kind of warranted. And I didn't initially feel like that, but I kind of feel like it is warranted. I think as long as Luke avoids that knockout shot, I think he'll style on Blachowicz.
All right, that's good information. And definitely make sure you check this guy out, the teller, the MMA fortune teller on Instagram.
Right.
I'm telling you, this guy's a wealth of knowledge, and he will definitely steer you the right way. Hey, let's talk about this next matchup. You got Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. Now, Askren, he's undefeated, 19-0. Jorge, 33-13. They both, they're pretty much the same fighter. I mean, age is the same. The height's the same. All the measurables are the same. It looks like Jorge has a 1-inch reach advantage, so it's pretty negligible. Do you see Ben Askren, keeping the dominant streak alive here?
I do. I wouldn't be shocked if Masvidal's able to somehow piece him up on the feet if he's able to keep the fight standing, but I just don't see that happening. I've been watching Ben Askren for a long time, since his Bellator days, and this guy is just continuously absolutely dominated guys. For those of you guys that don't know too much about him, because he's only fought in UFC one time, against Robbie. I mean, that wasn't his most amazing performance. He still got the job done. It was a little controversial, but trust me, when Ben goes in there with these guys, he absolutely dominates them. And he's fought high-level competition over there in Bellator too. He's beat Lima over there, their champ. Andrei Koreshkov, who's an absolute beast, Russian fighter. Trust me, he's fought good talent. And his wrestling is just not to be messed with.
Yeah, so he's looking to make a huge impact here in the welterweight division. So definitely be on the lookout for him.
Yeah.
And if he wins this fight, what's the chances of him getting close to a title fight soon?
It's a very good chance, and he's been kind of pushing that, this whole fight week. I think it's between him and Colby, and Colby's been losing a little bit of steam. At least that's what Askren says, and I kind of see what he's saying because Colby's he's sitting out, he's waiting for these big fights, and he's not getting them. And now Colby has to fight Robbie Lawler, who's no joke whatsoever. So
sure.
Even if he gets through that fight, and then depending on the timing, we'll see, what Askren does tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, definitely. All right, so let's go to this next matchup. It's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. Amanda Nunez, this is the co-main event versus Holm.
Yeah.
And let's not forget Holly Holm. She took out she won the championship versus Ronda Rousey. Knocked her out. I mean, nobody had done that before, right? And prior to that,
Nope. First
uh,
to do it.
yeah, and it was impressive. A lot of people didn't see it coming, because Ronda was on all that winning left and right. Now here we go. We got Amanda Nunez, which is a lot of people consider to be the best female fighter of all time. She's 17-4. Holly Holm 12-4. I mean, it's hard for me to fade Nunez in this spot, but Holly Holm's got to have a puncher's chance here.
Oh, she definitely does. And this fight, I really believe it's going to take place on the feet. So she definitely has that puncher's chance. She has more than the puncher's chance. She has a nice left or right high kick chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
If she gets one of those legs up there, she could put anyone to sleep. So here's the thing, though. I think Amanda Nunez is just at this point in the game is on another level. I think she's the best women's fighter in the game. Training over here, right down the street from my house, over here, American Top Team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've seen her before, man. One time I was cruising down the street to a buddy of mine's place, and I saw her walking with her gym bag on her shoulder. This was before she was a champ, but
okay.
Yeah.
And she's didn't she kind of unify the belt, so to speak? Didn't she win 2 belts at the same time?
Yeah, she's a double champ. So she's a featherweight champ. She knocked out Chris Cyborg, which, to be honest, that impressed me. I had Cyborg in that spot, to be honest with you guys, which I'm not wrong often, but sometimes I am. I mean, Cyborg was, the woman, back then, but Amanda Nunez just snatched that up.
Wow. All right, now we got the main event. This is going to be a fun fight here. You got Jon Jones, obviously very polarizing figure. You either love him or you hate him. 24-1 with one no contest versus Thiago Santos. I think I said that right. 21-6. Right now, Jon Jones is a younger fighter. But Jon Jones has got one heck of a reach advantage on Santos.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine in this light heavyweight battle, that's really going to help him in this fight.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's going to be a major factor in this fight. And, to be honest, Jon Jones has a reach advantage against anybody. I mean, even if he goes up to heavyweight, he has some of the freakiest arms in the game, man. Just super long.
Yeah.
And he implements them very well. He can't do what he used to do years ago, keep his fingers out. He used to poke a lot of people in the eyes. But, even if his hands are closed, he's keeping you at bay. When he wants to move in, he's going to clinch you up, throw elbows, work his wrestling, get his takedowns. And I think that's how this fight's going to go. He's going to wait to the later rounds. He's going to cruise in the beginning, get Santos a little bit tired, start getting some takedowns. And I think he's going to brutalize Santos. I think once he gets this fight to the mat, I could see some big elbows coming in. Maybe Jon Jones, Brandon Vera, that type of fight back in the day. I think some dirty elbows are going to be implemented in this fight.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see Jon Jones continue to cruise, and I think he'll do that here as well. He's favored quite heavily in this matchup. So after we just went over this whole main event or the whole main card, where are we most likely to see a submission in any of these fights?
Definitely. As far as the main card goes, I would favor more Ben Askren to pull off some type of bulldog choke or rear naked choke, something like that, a guillotine against Masvidal, probably over Chiesa. Chiesa, he is a very good submission artist, but as we talked about earlier, this guy Sanchez has never been subbed. So, I don't know. I'm not going to throw all my eggs in that basket.
I guess that means Diego Sanchez is due. He's due for a submission.
I know, and that's one way to look at it.
All right, cool. All right, so let them know where they can find your plays. If you're interested in purchasing the Teller's plays, let them know where they're at.
You could go on the World Wide Web, and you could just type in MMAfortuneteller.cappertech.com, and that will bring you to my webpage. And, for those of you guys that doubt me, I've had some haters in the past, too, that think I'm full of it. They want to say this and that. They outpick me. Let me see your guys' third-party tracks. Go on my webpage. You'll see what I've been doing over the last year. You can see what kind of plays I usually target. Over time, maybe you guys will get better to know me and stuff like that, and you'll see what my style is. But I'm really good at what I do. I like to put money on grapplers. Really good wrestlers. I think they tend to come through. Every fight's different, but that's a little bit of my style when it comes to betting.
Yeah, I like it. I think wrestlers in general, grapplers, wrestlers, I think that they typically have an advantage. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the expert here, but I feel like they have the advantage typically over anybody that is not versed in those kind of things.
That's absolutely right. I mean, they can control where the fight goes at all times.
Right.
If they get put in danger and they start getting tagged on the feet, I mean, if they have the ability to take the fight to the mat, the judges always love to see a fighter on top, finishing the round on top, landing, even if it's just pitter patter, ground and pound. They tend to win fights. But again, this is just, just a little summary. But every fight's different. But that's one thing just to take notice. But you guys take a look at all the different fights that I bet on. You can see, what I've targeted in the past.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to watch this card here. And I definitely want to talk to you again in the future. So thank you so much for coming on Sports Gambling Daily. And guys, definitely check him out real quick. Give him your Instagram again before we get off here.
It is MMA Fortune Teller _.
Perfect.
Yeah, yes, man. There you go.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you having me on, man. I really appreciate your time and everything, and I look forward to getting to know all you guys even more.
Yeah. We're definitely going to bring him on again. This guy is the real deal. I'm hoping we can make this a pretty regular spot. And go check out his plays. You will not be disappointed. The guy knows what he's talking about. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get off here. So good luck to you. Good luck to me. Good luck to all of us. And I'll see you guys on the next edition of Sports Gambling Daily. Peace.